It should, hold on.
Okay. I see
Okay.
it.
Yeah, it took a minute.
Okay, perfect. So again, for this particular office hours, what I want to review with everyone here is checking clients into the unit. Again, the reason that that's so important is because that helps us to rapidly move clients into housing. As our CAS admin, who's Stephanie DeMar, she's able to see what units are available there at your agency's program and what units aren't available so that she can send you referrals in the system. So again, what you'll notice is that I'm in my training environment, and in my training environment, I'm logged in under City Square, so that's what you'll see. Typically what Stephanie will do is Stephanie's going to send you over a referral. I would like for everyone that's here on this call today, if you have any clients that have already moved into the unit, then it's very important that you have checked the client into the housing facility. And I am going to navigate over to my housing workspace because this is where you'll be able to see if your client is checked into the unit. I'm going to pin my favorites menu and I am going to find facilities. I'm going to click on actually view facilities. When you click on view facilities, this is going to allow you to see all of the facilities that are available at your program. The facility name matches the name of your program in HMIS. That's how we've set the facilities up in the system. So that's what you should see. So for example, I have City Square Away Home here, and I only have 5 units that are set up for this particular program. Keep in mind you're not seeing exactly what's in the production site because I'm in the training site. So the first thing that I want to ask everyone on the call here to do for me is start by navigating over to your housing workspace, clicking on view facilities, seeing the list of all of the housing facilities that we have at your agency. And I need for you to double check the numbers, right? You want to make sure that we do have a housing facility set up for your housing programs, your rapid rehousing and your permanent supportive housing programs. If you see that there is not a facility there, then I'm going to ask that you immediately place a SpiceWorks help desk ticket so that we can get that housing facility set up for you. That's crucial for you to be able to even receive referrals. Okay, once you've double checked to see if those housing facilities exist, if they match the housing programs that we have in HMIS for you. The next thing that I want to ask for you to do is to check your numbers, check the number of units that you have, the total number of units. So let's just use this City Square Away Home Rapid Rehousing Program as an example. You can see in my training site, it says that 4 of 5 rooms are available. 5 rooms is the total number of rooms or units, it says rooms here, that are available for this City Square Away Home Rapid Rehousing Program. So I'm asking for you to double check to see if the total number of units available is accurate. When we initially started this new process, this housing facility process several months ago, we set up all of the units that you for households that you were going to be able to serve. And so the total number of units means, hey, this is the total number of households that I'm able to serve in this program. What we've decided to do is, because we know that you all are ramping up as far as case management, and there's only so much that you could do at one time. So I am going to ask that you let us know how many total number of units should be online right now. And when I say right now, that means, hey, this is how much, this is the capacity that we have as far as case management and as far as staffing. We're able to serve, we want to work with this number of units. So if we need to remove, so you may have a total number of, I'm going to say 60 units for your program, meaning that you intend to serve a total of 60 households. But you know what? You can't take on all of those 60. You can't take 60 referrals right now at this moment. Maybe you only have the capacity to serve half. So we can only really handle 30 referrals right now so that we can get these folks housed. Then I'm going to ask that you put that in a help desk ticket for me so that we can take those additional units offline. And that's going to help Stephanie as a CAS admin see how much you can, how many referrals can you handle right now. So I'm asking everyone on the call today to please go in and do that audit check for me and do that for every housing facility, which is your housing programs. Do that for every housing facility that's in the system. Let us know if there are any units that need to come offline. We only want online. We only want to be online what you can handle at this time. Okay, so now that you've done that, you have you've looked at all of your housing facilities. You've made sure that you do have a housing facility online for your housing programs, and you've done an audit as far as the numbers. How many households are you able, how many referrals are you able to take on right now? You've done that. The next thing that I need for you to do is to take a look at clients that are enrolled in your program. And if you, any clients that that you have enrolled in your program and that client has moved into the unit, first, we need for you to check to see that there is a housing move-in date that is recorded for that client. And in the chat, I'm just going to bring this up right here really fast because I still have it up. It's on another screen, so give me just a moment. Okay, so here, and I put this in the chat earlier today, when a client moves into the unit, we want to make sure that you have recorded a housing move-in date for your client. That can be done by recording a update assessment. And within that update assessment here on the program screen, on the program screen is where you're going to see this housing move-in date. That means that the client has moved into the unit. And that's very important, ladies and gentlemen, because clients who are enrolled in a permanent housing program that do not have a housing move-in date recorded, that means that that client still needs the housing inventory that's available here in our community. When a housing move-in date has been recorded, that lets us know, hey, this client doesn't need one of these units that we have in our community. So you want to make sure that you record that housing move-in date. Once that housing move-in date has been recorded, again, you are going to navigate over to your housing workspace and you want to check that client into the unit. Again, you can do that by clicking on View Facilities. That's going to allow you to see all of the facilities that are at your that are at your agency and set up in the system. And in this example, let's just say my client has moved into the unit for the away home program. All I have to do is click on check-in. And when I click on check-in, I have to choose the room or the unit that the client is going to stay in. You don't have to do beds. We do not do beds for our housing program, so you can skip over that. And then you're going to do the check-in date, okay? The check-in date is equal to the date that the client moved into the unit, which is also the client's housing move-in date, okay? And you do have to find a client. Let's see. Oh, my keyboard's not working. I'm typing and it's not working. Oh, technology. All right, guys, give me just one moment. I don't know what happened or why I can't type. All right, I'm going to share again. Okay, that's so weird. I can't type on any of my keyboards. I have 2 of them, so I'm just gonna keep going. But you would find your client here. Once you find your client, clicking on this search button is gonna allow you to find your client. You should be, oh, silly me. I was typing in the wrong field. But my client's name is Frida, and I think it's Frida Pita. Okay, so here's my client, and the enrollment, the client does have to have an enrollment. The client doesn't have an enrollment for this program, and you don't need to do anything down here under address, okay? And all you have to do is just fill out this top half of the page. And once you've done that, then that has checked the client into the unit. How do you know that the client has been checked into the unit? How do you confirm that? You can come over here to current residents, okay? Current residents is going to allow you to see everyone that is checked in, current reservations allow you to see everyone that has a reservation, and current residents will allow you to see everyone who is actually checked into a unit. That means that those clients have moved into the units and they're occupying those units. They're participating in your program. I want to pause here for just a moment and open up for any questions. Okay. If you do not have any questions for me, what I would like to review with you next, because I do have you on the line, I do want to, let's talk about reservations next. Stephanie, who's our CAS admin, she does send you all over referrals. When she sends over a referral to you, that reserves a unit for a client. Okay, so how do you know that a referral has been sent over to you? Again, I'm logged in under City Square, and I'm just going to come over, navigate over to my home workspace. When I click on my home workspace, I am going to come to the tab that is labeled Coordinated Access System and click on Incoming Referrals. And in doing so, what you see here, this is a list of all the referrals that Stephanie has sent over. If you scroll down, you can see that there are some that are labeled reservations made and some that have been labeled as enrolled into project. That means that the client has been actually enrolled in the program. And then those that have been rejected for no-show. So let's just come up here, and I want to take a look at Frida Plita. And Frida Plita is my test client. Stephanie has sent that referral over to City Square, and you have 2 action arrows for that you can use. The first action arrow says referral outcome. The second is to start HMIS intake. The first action arrow, referral outcome, you're going to use this referral outcome action button when the client was not accepted into the program, right? Maybe the client was a no-show. Maybe the client wasn't eligible for the program. So you're simply going to come here and you're going to record what the referral result is. And this is when you are rejecting a referral. So you're going to reject the referral, and you as a provider rejecting the referral, or is it that the client is rejecting the referral? You're going to put the reason in here and you're going to click save. I'm going to cancel that out, because the next thing that I want to show you is, remember, you're only using this first action arrow when a client, when either you've rejected a referral or the client has rejected a referral. The second action arrow is going to be for when you are actually ready to enroll the client in the program. Stephanie has sent you over a referral. You've deemed the client eligible for your program. Now you're ready to go ahead and start the intake process and enroll that client into your program. Notice by me doing that, that starts a workflow, and this is going to take me through the entire HMIS enrollment process for my program. It's going to capture all of those HUD assessment questions. And if you're looking at your progress bar, the very last screen is where you are going to record the referral outcome that the client has been enrolled into the program. I am going to stop sharing and I would like to open the floor up for any questions. Is there anyone here who feels like they don't know how to take those steps, or you need more technical assistance? Is there something that we need to schedule maybe a one-on-one for?
Hey, Frida, this is Debbie with Austin Street. And
Yes,
I
ma'am.
wanted to ask you, well, normally when I get my referrals is through the help desk, so I'll get them in my email. And then I thought I was to go into HMIS and put them under reservation while we're working with them, making contact or whatever. Is that not the correct process for that?
That is not the correct process, Debbie. So thank you so much for asking that question. It's a great question. The reason, and Stephanie, correct me here if I'm wrong, but the reason that those help desk tickets are coming in to say, hey, I need referrals, and then Stephanie sends them to you, is because Stephanie can't accurately determine how many openings you have by looking at this housing facility. So if you have your housing facilities, if all of your clients have been checked into your units and the availability is correct, there shouldn't be a need for you to do a service request to receive your referrals. That's one. That's the first thing. The second thing is, Debbie, you should be, from your home workspace, from the menu options on the left, clicking on incoming referrals, this is where you should be acknowledging those referrals. And you should not have to do a reservation, because a reservation is done when Stephanie actually sends that referral over to you. If for any reason, and Stephanie, how long are you holding those reservations for? Is it 7 days?
Yes, they're being held for 7 days.
Debbie, in the event that maybe I'm just going to use this as an example. When Stephanie sends over the referral, the reservation is for 7 days, and maybe you talk to the client and the client can't take off work until the 8th day. Then you would want to go over to your housing facility and extend the reservation so that it doesn't fall off. Does that make sense?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I'm sorry. I was thinking that once I got the referrals from staff, that I was supposed to go in and make the actual reservation through the through the CAS system. So yeah, thank you for clarifying that for me, Frida. So that
You're
I'm
more than
good with
welcome.
that.
What I would ask for you to do for me, Debbie, is on
Mhm.
your incoming housing referrals, you may need to do there may be several folks here who need to do some cleanup here on these incoming housing
Right.
referrals, right? Because they
Yeah.
may just be sitting there. So I would
Yeah.
ask for you to go in and clean these up so that
Right.
so that this list doesn't get so long and you haven't done anything with it. So if you'll come
Okay.
over here, take a look at the client, and it may be that you need to reject the referral, right?
Right.
Because it's been sitting here for so long, but we need to do something with it.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Appreciate it.
You're more than welcome. Who else has questions? I remember at the beginning, we asked some folks to stay on, specifically so that you can review the process of checking clients into your unit. And does this help? Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I would like to switch over to the production site. So I'll stop sharing for just a moment. Let me get logged into my production site.
Are we still recording?
Yes. And I'm not going to show any identifying information for clients. Okay, so again, here I am. I am in the production site. You're going to navigate over to your housing workspace, and you're going to click on view facilities. And I'm an admin, so I see a whole list of referrals, but you can see here how everything is a unit, and we have all of the programs. From your end, you're only going to see the units that are available for your agency. Okay, so I just wanted to show you what it looks like in training. Does anyone have any questions? Okay, please don't hang up yet for me, please. I still have 3 minutes with you. Trudy, will you stop the recording for me?
Yes, I will.